What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to another deck profile here on the channel. Today we've got Dustin with, what do you have with you today?
Nibiru Token Turbo.
Nibiru Token Turbo,
yeah.
I like it.
Let's go with Lunalight Tri-Brigade, actually.
Lunalight Tri-Brigade. Let's go ahead and jump right into the deck profile.
All right, sounds good. All right, so we're gonna start with these beauties right here. 3 Kaleidchick. She's the main play starter of the deck. You send a Lunalight from deck to grave, or extra deck to grave, as cost, not effect, and then she copies the name of that monster if you were to fusion summon using it this turn. That part's not relevant. I don't play Lunalight fusions. I just want the card in the graveyard. So when they Veiler or Impermanent, it's really funny. I'm like, all right, cool. Still got my card in the graveyard. Also, she has another neat effect. If she's banished, your opponent can't activate cards or effects during the battle phase this turn. So you can win a lot of games like that. If you banish them off of Tri-Brigades, you'll be able to just go to the battle phase like freely. It's pretty great.
I like it.
Also, it's not a hard once per turn. 2 Yellow Martin. She is like Zephyros. If she's in the hand or graveyard, you can bounce you target a face-up Lunalight card you control to your hand, special summon it from the grave, and it's banished when it leaves the field. Her other effect doesn't come up as often, but it can. If it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can search your deck for a Lunalight spell or trap. The only thing about this deck is there's only one card you can search for, and I'll explain that later. 1 Lunalight Tiger. This beautiful card came off the Forbidden list recently, and I was super excited, and I wanted to play this deck ever since. So once per turn, you can target a Lunalight in your graveyard, special summon it, can't attack, and its effects are negated, and it's destroyed during the end phase. So the thing about this is it's not a hard once per turn. So if you have this on the field, bring something back, bounce it to your hand, activate it again, do it again. Most of you know this, but because it negates the effect, you get back Kaleidchick, you can still activate the effect. It doesn't say you can't activate the effect. So you can send as cost with Kaleidchick again. You can just keep dumping resources. It's pretty amazing. And its monster effect is if it's destroyed, you can special summon a Lunalight from grave. So sometimes, and I'll spoil this a little bit, I played Phoenix Enforcer. So sometimes if I'm in a tight spot, I can Phoenix Enforcer, destroy this in a card, and then get something back. Yes, that basically cuts off my access to this for the rest of the game, but a lot of times that's like a last-ditch effort to stay in the game. And I've won a couple games that way. There's something I should be playing in here, but I keep forgetting to put it in. That I can actually circumvent the fact that it's shut off for the game, but I'll talk about that later. 1 Emerald Bird. This card is like good, but it's like optional. The only reason I played it is because of a certain card in my extra deck. But when it's summoned, special or normal, you can send a Lunalight from hand to grave, draw a card. So it's like Thoroughblade, like Zodiac Thoroughblade. And also when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Lunalight that's banished or in your graveyard. The effects are negated. That doesn't really matter that much. So you could not play this, but I still like the 1, especially with, again, a certain card in my extra deck that I'll go over later. And 1 Lunalight Purple Butterfly is a card I'm trying out. Its main effect, so you can send it from your hand to the graveyard to bump a Lunalight by 1,000 attack for the turn. And then also, you can banish it from your graveyard to special summon a Lunalight from hand, so it can extend your place pretty well. It's just a good one-of to extend your place. Card I should be playing in here is Lunalight Black Sheep, because I forgot how you do it. You either like discard it or you banish it from grave, but you can get Tiger back from your extra deck to your hand. So if I need to do that, I can do that. I just keep forgetting to put it in, but I'll probably put it in for next time. 3 Tri-Brigade Fractal. This is the main starter of the Tri-Brigade package. Y'all know what this does. I really don't have to explain to you what it does, but I will tell you that it's a Beast Warrior. All the Lunalights are Beast Warriors, so they synergize really well for all the Tri-Brigade links and like Firefist Tiger King and stuff like that. But y'all know what Tri-Brigades do by now, so I'm not going to go too much into these. Nerval, 3 of them, 2 Kit, and 2 Karis. Just, standard Tri-Brigade stuff. The cool thing about this deck is that the Lunalight spell and traps that let you discard cards to search your deck or special summon work really well with the Tri-Brigades. So I can discard Nerval to get like a double search, or a special summon and a search, whatever. It's pretty decent. Raidraptor, Singing Lanius, Zephyros, and Raider's Wing, because I play a spread of Raidraptor 4 Strix and Raidraptor Y Strix. This is something I'm testing. I may or may not keep it in. Well, I have to keep this in for sure. This one may come out, but it just depends. I do play 2 copies of 4 Strix, so it's pretty good. You can, you know, make a lot of plays with it. But gets the Zephyros into rotation because you use this to bounce your Lunalight Tiger to recycle it again and use it again. So. And then the DPE guys, Dasher and Celestial. Artifact Scythe, because Scythe is a dumb card. I don't know why they didn't ban this card. And then this stupid card right here, ZS Ascended Sage. Now, if you don't know what he does, if you control no cards, you can special summon him from your hand. And that's where I'm going to stop, because that is the only relevant effect in this deck. I don't play any Utopia stuff, no rank up spells, anything like that. It's a level 4 extender for like going first. I used to play 2 of these, but I took one out today because I kept drawing multiples of these late game and I hated it. Like last week I drew 2 of these off of Celestial right in the middle of the game. I was like, huh, all right. Took one out, never saw it once today. I don't know, may cut it, but it works, gets the 4 Strix play started, so it's not bad. There's definitely worse cards I could be playing. That's it for the monsters. There's no hand traps in the deck. And yeah. 3 Foolish Burial Goods. Send your Lunalight spells and traps to the graveyard to get your play started. Speaking of, Lunalight Perfume. A lot of the Lunalight stuff is not hard ones per turn. It's pretty crazy. So target a Lunalight in your graveyard, special summon it. That's its activation effect. Its graveyard effect is you can banish it from your grave, discard a card, and add a Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand. So this is how you search Tiger a lot of the time, or anything you need, but most of the time it's Tiger, but it's really good. None of those effects are once per turn. So earlier I said that the yellow mark can search for Lunalight spells or traps, but it has to be the name Lunalight as one word. This is 2 words, Lunalight. You cannot search for this with that card. So the trap card that I will show you is the only card you can search for, so you have to remember that. If you could search for this, it'd be broken. It'd be way too good. 3 Forbidden Chalice and 2 Droplet. At one point I was playing 3 Droplet, I just cut 1 just for room. But just good against some of the stuff in the format, like DPE, Appaloosa, just stuff that you need to negate. The only thing it's not really good against is the Link 6 Adagnister dude, which I played against Adagnister today. And yeah, these don't do anything against that guy. But whatever. Droplet's really good because it gets cards out of your hand, like the Lunalight spells and traps, your Tri-Brigades. You can get rid of stuff out of your hand with this and start your plays that way. It's pretty nice. So I play these instead of the hand traps. 1 Tanky. Tanky searches for like everything in the deck. Also searchable by the Fire Fist Tiger King Exceed monster. It's pretty good. Fusion Destiny, just play 1. You can play Anaconda. And Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is just a good card. There's still people who play hand traps, and it's just a good like card to set too. So that's it for the spells. And then for the traps, Lunalight Serenade Dance and Tri-Brigade Revolt. I don't even play a Bear Brum, so I can't search for this. I'd kind of just play it, and if I draw it, cool. I might actually take it out. It's really good when I draw it, but it's not like the most important card in the deck. It's just kind of there. So I used to play Bear Brum at one point, but I took it out. So I might take this out. I don't know yet. It's just, like I said, it's good. So this card has a wall of text, but the only relevant effect is when it's in your graveyard, you can banish it to special summon a Lunalight from your deck. Well, you discard a card as well. So again, that starts your plays. And yeah, this one is the one you can search for with Yellow Martin. So that is it for the main deck. That's 41 cards. Yeah, I think it's 41. It was 42 before I cut one of the Ascended Sage. And then the extra deck, DP. DP is good. As you can already tell, I'm playing Scythe Lock. This deck sets up Scythe Lock very well. It also can set up something else. I'll go over here in a second. So here's something I'm playing. I'm playing 2 copies of 4 Strix. I'm playing I don't know, just going to this, get Singing Lanius, special summon it, go into Y-Strix, which I'll just skip ahead to Y-Strix real quick. Go to Y-Strix, get out Zephyros right from the deck, Exceed Summon again, either into another one of those or something else I'll show you, but a lot of times it's this. And then go into the Raider's Wing and just keep extending your plays. I don't know how much I need all of that. I may play with the ratios on this stuff, but this is what I'm doing right now. Tiger King. Searches for tanky on summon. Negates effects is nice, but it's there just to get tanky, usually, if I need it. And then Outer Entity Nyarla. Now, a lot of the Lunalight players I've talked to, they're like, why don't you just play Redoer? Redoer's really good. I'm like, yeah. So here's the thing about Redoer. I am a diehard Time Thief fan, and I know Redoer is best when it has trap cards under it. And in this deck, you're not having trap cards under Redoer. So the only thing you're doing is detaching to banish him for the turn. And yes, you get the effects of the Emerald Bird and the Yellow Marten by detaching those. But then Redoer goes away. And then you have one less body on the field. He's also a Psychic. And if you're playing Tri-Brigades, you can't use Psychics as link material if you use the Tri-Brigade effects, so that can come up a lot. So going back to the days of Lunalight Time Thief from, like, what, 2018, 2019, whenever that was, we used to play Azathoth. And then this card is just good anyway. Now, the reason this card is better now than it was back then, even without Azathoth, is because the Tri-Brigades in the graveyard, even the link monsters, not just the regular monsters, but the link monsters, if you detach 2, you can attach a Tri-Brigade to it. It becomes the type and attribute. And then, let's say it's a different turn from when you've already used a Nerval or a Shirag or anything like that. Once you link this off with that Tri-Brigade under it, it'll get the effect, it'll get the search, because it just has to be set to grave from anywhere. But, so yeah, you're using this to detach the Lunalights to extend your place, because the Emerald Bird special summons the Lunalight from graveyard when it's sent by a card effect. There's not a cost to detach. But it becomes the type and attribute of whatever you attach to it by its effect. So if you're locked into Tri-Brigades, it'll become a Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast, whatever you attach to it, and that will not screw you over when you're trying to keep playing. So that's why this card's really good. I highly recommend it in this deck, and I will not take it out. That card's too good. Sorry, I went on a lot about that card, but it's really good. It needed an explanation. Verte, Dagda, standard Scythe DPE package. We all know what this does by now. IP Masquerena. I can set this up with all of this a lot of times and make like an Appaloosa play during my opponent's turn with the Scythe lock just to kind of ensure that the game's mine. It's really good. Farragut, Double Dragon Lords, just play one of each. I want to play 2 of these, but I don't think I have room. But I do have room for 2 Shurag because this card's ridiculous. Because you use 1 to summon and search. Even if you're going first, you can summon it and search if you need to. And then the other one is to banish cards. Or you can use 2 to banish cards on different turns. Whatever. 2 Shurag is really good. It's also a good, easy to summon Link 4 to link into Appaloosa. Or not Appaloosa, excuse me. Access Code Talker. To make a 6,300 Access Code Talker and win the game. That's come up a lot, and I actually did that today. I attacked over the Adignister Link 6. That was at 4,000 and unaffected by card effects. This is the only card I play that could out it, because I don't side Kaijus or anything like that. And I was able to win the game because of it. So, yeah, highly important. And then Appaloosa. Appaloosa is Appaloosa, and with IP Masquerade, it's really good to make a 3 or 4 material Appaloosa during your opponent's turn, even on top of the Scythe lock. So that's it for the main and extra. Side deck, obviously, side deck is dependent on your local or whatever you're playing in, but with some of the stuff around here, this is kind of my side deck, just because 3 Ghost Ogre, 3 Token Collector, because Brave and Sword Soul are pretty prevalent around here. So this is for Sword Soul and Brave, this is for Brave, it's for other things. Funny story, I sided this against the Adignister player, because I was like, oh, this is like one of the few things I have to stop AI Island. And I'm like, well, I didn't know that AI Island can bring itself back from the grave. It's pretty dumb. Good thing that didn't come up, but if it did, I would have been really mad. So this card is not very good against AI Island. But yeah, Brave and, or Adventure, whatever you want to call it, Brave and Sword Soul. 2 Alpha, it's kind of a good going second card, it's a beast. This actually helped me make enough monsters today. My opponent, the Ignister player, Lancia'd me, and if I didn't have this in my hand, I wouldn't have had enough monsters to make the access code with enough attack to go over it, so that kind of helped. But also bounces cards, pretty good. 3 Cosmic Cyclone, because I hate Eldritch and I hate Altergeist. I hate stuff that requires like good spells and traps that need to stick around. You know. 2 Regeki, I don't know why I'm trying this, actually. I mean, it's good, but I also don't like it, because stuff doesn't get destroyed, but I don't know. Wanted a board wipe, didn't want to play Lightning Storm, so wanted to try this. Harvey's Feather Duster, Red Reboot, just back row hate in general, pretty standard. But yeah, and then again, this boy. I actually didn't get Nibiru today, so I didn't actually summon this today. It was nice. But yeah, I went 3-0-1. My first round was a tie against Sword Soul, which you'll see in a video. And yeah, I don't know. You have any questions for me, Nathan?
Is there anything that you would change out of the deck?
Like I want to take out the Ascended Sage, maybe. It's just like, it's good, but it's not, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know. I work 67 hours a week, so I don't even have time to think about the deck. I don't know what I would change. I've just been playing the same deck for the last few weeks because I don't have time to work on it.
Hey, well, it seems like it works.
Yeah, it's finally working out for me, but yeah, I'm getting faster at playing it. Like when I started playing this, I was taking way too long to make my plays. I was like, there's no way I can play this in a local. I'll run out of time before I even finish my turn. But I've gotten more comfortable with it, and yeah. So.
All right, well, thank you, Dustin, for bringing us your Lunalight Tri-Brigade deck. Make sure to stick around later on this week. You will see some live duels with that. But that's all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nathan from Academy, signing up for now. Peace out.